Antarctica is the coldest, driest, highest and windiest continent on Earth. An incredible 90% of the world's ice, and 70% of world's fresh water, is locked in Antarctica's vast ice sheet. Roughly 98% of Antarctica is covered by ice. Antarctica is also the world's largest desert. With all of that fresh water held in the ice sheet, how could Antarctica be a desert? A desert is any region that receives very little annual precipitation. The average annual rainfall at the South Pole over the past 30 years was just over 10 millimeters, 0.4 inch. Although there is more precipitation towards the coast, the average across the continent is low enough to classify Antarctica as a polar desert. Antarctica is the fifth largest continent. In terms of the size, it is even bigger than the USA, including its islands and attached floating plains of ice. Antarctica has an area of about 5.4 million square miles, 14 million square kilometers. About 1.5 times the size of the United States. It receives little precipitation, yet houses active volcanoes like Mount Erebus. The Antarctic Treaty was signed on December 1, 1959, after more than a year of secret negotiations by 12 countries. It dedicates the continent to peaceful research activities. Although no one lives there permanently, thousands of scientists visit to study the ice, extreme climate and geography. While the coldest temperature ever measured by thermometer on Earth's surface was made at Vostok Station, -89.2 degrees Celsius, the coldest ever recorded was nearly -136 degrees Fahrenheit, which is -93.2 degrees Celsius, measured in pockets scattered near a high ice ridge between Dome Argus and Dome Fuji, two summits on the East Antarctic Plateau. The satellite measurement, made on August 10, 2010, was announced in December 2013, and if confirmed on the ground, could beat out the Vostok record. The World Meteorological Organization only recognizes temperature measurements made a few meters above the ground as eligible for records. The South Pole has only one sunrise, at the September equinox, and one sunset, at the March equinox, every year. Due to Earth's tilted axis, the sun is always above the horizon in the summer, and always below it in the winter. The ice is on average 2 kilometers thick, sometimes reaching 4.5 kilometers in certain places. When the Antarctica sea ice begins to expand at the start of winter, it expands by 100,000 square kilometers per day. When it has completely expanded, Antarctica is twice the size it was during the summer. Due to its location at the South Pole, Antarctica technically spans all time zones. Every longitude line humans use to define time zones meet at the two poles. Therefore, technically, Antarctica contains every time zone conceivable. You can also witness the most amazing blood falls in Antarctica. White snow seeping with blood-red meltwater sounds horrific, but that's exactly what you'll find at the Taylor Glacier. Since its discovery in 1911, the color of the falls has puzzled scientists. Researchers from the University of Alaska Fairbanks finally solved the mystery in 2017. The brine salt water flowing from the glacier contains iron, and when it comes into contact with oxygen, the iron oxidizes, giving the water its deep crimson color. Also, known for its colored snow, algae can cause snow to appear red, green, or yellow. It is also known as a penguin hub, home to about 5 million penguins, including emperor and rockhopper species. Besides penguins, it is also home to seals and whales, including killer whales and humpback whales. Antarctica is by far the best place on Earth to find meteorites. The black masses show up against the snow, making them easy to spot. In some places, the ice flows in such a way that meteorites gather in one area. Antarctica remains the world's most isolated and preserved natural laboratory. As a land of geological extremes and unique biological adaptations, it serves as a critical indicator for global climate health. Governed by the Antarctic Treaty, it is the only continent dedicated solely to peace and science, remaining free of permanent human residence while holding 70% of the Earth's fresh water.